And welcome to another episode of JWA Fixes. I think it is about time we did theri animation because I'm still on a very I'm still a big fan of theris because of Dominion, because I really love the dinosaur in that movie, even though it's not accurate at all because it's like a I think that's more like, I like to call that the Titan Wing theory. That's what I always refer to, like, giant things as Titan Wing, because that was how things worked in Berk, where dragons will be able to hit full grown, but then there are some dragons that can reach even bigger lengths because they're called Titans, and that's why I call, I'm just rambling. Let's just jump right in with Dino Cyrus. Dino Cyrus, Dino Cyrus, everyone has a different pronunciation of it. Either way, this animation, it looks very different from the one I'm now used to, which is the one from Prehistoric Planet. Did I change anything on this thing? Did I just give you bleed resistance? Is that it? I do not remember what I changed to you. I think I've kind of stopped bothering to fix commons because they're commons. No one's gonna use the commons no matter how much I buff them. They're still common. There you are, Segnosaurus. I'm surprised you weren't in the game and you weren't fused with Microraptor to make Segnoraptor, which honestly is baffling. Unless they're trying to... Let me do some research, actually. Hold on. What? Is this why... I'm just seeing... What did Therizinosaurus, a.k.a. Segnosaurus? Are they the same thing now? Is that what's going on? I do not understand. Well, you know what? I don't really care, because Troodon's in the game, and Troodon's not valid, so why not Segnosaurus? If I can't catch up with all this science, because by the time someone's posted out information on how updated things are, someone's already said, no, that's outdated now. So it's like, progression, people. Science. It never stops changing. Either way, I didn't do much to change you, because you're a common, and it's like... Oh, what did I do for the spawns? I went crazy with these spawns, didn't I? Theaters, airports, hospitals, highways, transit, and schools. Whoa. I think that was back when I was like still trying to figure out to come up with new creative ways for dinosaurs to just spawn rather than specific zone. Even though this could equally be as annoying, because how often are you going to come to these locations? Next up is Erlikosaurus Gen 2. What did I do to change these things? I don't think I changed the stats at all. I did something. Alert Deception? Is that all I did? Is that... Okay, hold on. Is that really all I did? All I did was give it Alert Deception. Really? Really? I couldn't come up with anything else to make these guys better? Should I have added Dart Encounter? No, that would make them a little too OP, but I do want these guys to be speed demons. I'm honestly trying to figure out what I could have done to make these guys better. Honestly, Erlikosaurus Gen 2 is pretty solid. I mean, I think the main problem was that their health was too low. Maybe I boosted the health? You do look like you have more health than before. I think that's all I did. Yep, that is exactly what I did. I boosted the health by 900 and just gave you Alert Deception. Okay, I guess I just saw these guys as pretty solid already, so I didn't see a need to change them at all. So I just made minor changes to push them from good to great. Okay, but now we get into Therizinosaurus, and this is one where I made some big changes, because as I've mentioned in the last episode, my latest episode of Jurassic World Alive, I stated how I didn't like how the Theri used the actual Therizinosaur, the Erlikosaurus animation, basically, because it's like, the one in Dominion is very different from a normal Theri, and the one in the game, like, the one in the movie is very slow and kind of like a majestic. It demands... Oh, Kevin, no! Theri is very slow-moving and, well, you know, majestic-ish, I would say. While the one here is more like, very sporadic and just moves all over the place. It just doesn't match at all. So I reworked the Theri to be like its own, if it was its own animation. Sort of like how the Pachy is different from the Stygimoloch. So, here we have, like, all the abilities are the same, except for that one. We'll get to that one later. But I did swap its... I nerfed its speed in favor of a lot of health. And what did I do? Its resistances should be the same. I should probably change that to, like, different, because it's not the animation. I would change the animation entirely. Final Blow is basically like... You know what Final Blow is. Precise Bypass Armor, Attack 1.5. Ooh, Erlico Gamma, one of my favorites. I gave you Clever Pounce, which I got from the Raptor video. Yes, I don't think I changed anything else on you, except Rampage and Run is back. That's right. And you have Alert Deception. Nothing else should have been changed. I probably should have boosted your speed because of Charlie. Has boosted speed as well. Erlicosaurus. This one is like a... Oh yeah, I definitely see I boosted your health by a ton because one of the main weaknesses of Erlicosaurus is that it just dies too easily. Probably should have given it Cunning Impact and Run? Would that have made sense? Nah, I think it's good the way it is. Alert Deception. Yeah, all I did was boost your health and gave you Alert Deception. I think that's different as well, because it used to be just Distracting Strike. Now it's Cunning Impact. Does anyone even like to use... I don't even see why a dinosaur would need Cunning Strike anymore. Like, just regular Distracting Strike, because we have better moves than it. Ooh, nearly skipped this one, because I had to make my own legendary Therizinosaur Hybrid before they added the... Then they added Segnoraptor, and that one's now the first legendary Theri. But here's my version. Determined Strike, Clever Pounce. It's a hybrid between... Well, you can see what it is. Debilitating Distraction, New Thagomizer, Alert Deception, Accelerated Invincibility on Escape. It has no new abilities, it just has the same ones I've used on any other dinosaur before it. Oh yeah, right, I need to show a design of it. So whatever I drew, here it is. Give you time to admire it. What did I imagine? Ooh, I'm probably gonna have to... I won't describe it, but is it what like I imagined? I do not know, because I haven't drawn it yet. You guys are seeing it before... Future me already drew it. So, yeah. What about description? Erlico Gamma can coexist with multiple species of stegosaurs, often watching over the herds like a great protector of sorts. Oh, it's like a stego guardian. Not that stegosaurs need protecting to begin with, though. But I guess it would be like the lookout as well as offense. Okay, there are three different unique Therizinosaurs. And yet, only one of them, well, actually, no, two of them are good. This one's the only one that's bad now. Erlicospix is really good, because every time I use it, it can counter almost all of my dinosaurs one way or another, even though, like, it's a very solid cunning creature that isn't a flock. Then you have, Diloranosaurus, which, as we've seen so far, Diloranchirus, whichever one you want to say, is also really good now thanks to its buff. But here's the one that still needs a buff. I guarantee Ludio will one day look at this guy and give it its buff, the buff that it deserves one day. But until then, here's my version. Precise Rampage, Group Cunning Impact and Revenge Cloak, Alert Deception, and what are your resistances? I think I just improved your vulnerable resistance. Is this enough? I could go more. I could give you even more than you already have. But I suppose this is good enough for now. Precise, yeah, this is a solid way to make it without making it OP. I guess, because it has the Alert Deception, which will boost its damage by a little bit depending on its health. And then it also has Group Cunning Impact for dealing with flocks, which is now has a cooldown of 1. Okay, yeah, and then it can just shuffle between these two abilities better. So yeah, I think that's a solid buff, as well as just giving it more health, which it desperately needed. And here is the hybrid I made for this video. Kevin? Oh, he's looking bright. He is raiding Tidmouth. Yeah, he's raiding Tidmouth. The Theri Tyrannus, I'm pretty sure I made this immediately after Dominion. The best friends now fused together to form Theri Tyrannus. Alert Fear Strike, Cunning Ferocious Strike, Dominant Roar, and Devour Precise Rampage. As well as swap in Devour Strike and Impact on Escape. I feel like I think I've added enough of, like, combining the two without making any new abilities except for Devour Precise Rampage, that I was able to make, like, a balanced one without making it as OP as Rexy, because Rexy is very OP. This one only has one shield breaking ability. Kevin is on the move. He is having the time of his life. Combining the massive claws of the Therizinosaurus with the jaw strength of the Tyrannosaurus resulted in a highly aggressive omnivore. Is that all I wrote? I could have written more, couldn't I? And finally, the apex, which is Therizinosaurus, which is like the god of war. Well, there's like multiple different gods of wars now, but this is the one I always knew. Based off of the bigger Theri animation, not the tiny one, not the sporadic, the one that pounces, the one that's already in the game, the one I'm thinking of, the one that should have been given to the Therizinosaurs. I'm rambling on like Deku. Accelerated Daring Strike, Cunning Ferocious Strike, Raking Claws, Claw Blade. Ooh, I think I got that one from my Dinosaur King Therizinosaurus, which I also made in the game, but that one's not part of this video. Bait is honestly such a good ability. I'm just sad that more creatures don't have it. Accelerate on escape, swap in heal. Wow, are you a wild card? No, you're cunning. But you've got some really good abilities here, including some armor piercing. Honestly, I'm surprised. Theri should have been more of a fierce rather than a cunning. But I suppose it does make it's okay to have it as a cunning, even though I would prefer fierce. Wow, look at those resistances. These are actually pretty solid until you get to the stun. But that's a good stun resistance. I don't want this thing to be unstoppable. Maybe I should boost its damage, but I think I'm okay. I don't want to make it too OP. Even though I really should be, because Ludia is making everything they make OP, why shouldn't I? Named after the Greek god of war, this mighty dinosaur isn't afraid to throw down with its enemies. However, it prefers to spend most of its time chewing plants. To truly enjoy the majesty of this creature, you must observe it from afar. And now I think that is everything. If I've shown the artwork, you must have seen it by now. And now that this is over, finally, we're gonna get on with Discord ideas. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be excited for that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.